When you get to the point where something needs to change for you to feel like yourself again, you know that making that decision is not just a one-time decision. That is an everyday commitment. And in order to keep that commitment, you have to be consistent, and you need mindsets that are going to keep you consistent. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is 5 mindsets that will make you immediately more consistent, because when you use them, they will make you change. They will make you consistent. So after you listen to this podcast today, there will be no more on and off cycle. There will be no more starting on Monday. There will be no more try this diet, try and make that a lifestyle, fail at making it a lifestyle, try another challenge, try another workout plan, hire another coach, get back on track. There will be no more of that. There will only be pure commitment and consistency to the better you, to the potential that you know you have, to becoming the version of you that you know you're meant to be, and the version of you that you know that God has meant you to be. To be that inspiring version of you, you need to be consistent. So today I want to share with you my top 5 mindsets that I think about often, that I fall back on often, and remind myself every time that I want to make a new habit or change something new or become better in some way. I think about these things. So before we get into it, welcome to the podcast. My name is Megan Timpson. I'm a holistic personal trainer and nutrition coach, and I am passionate about fitness and the impact that it can have on your life, physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, emotionally, everything. It can change you, and I love it when I think about it, and it keeps me up at night. I dream about it, and this is the impact that I want to have on you. And 1% Healthier comes from knowing that the impact that we have is one by one. It is a daily decision to be a little bit better today, and that's what we're going to talk about again today. So let's get into it. Let's talk about these mindsets. The first one that I want to share with you, I feel like sometimes is the most powerful whenever you need to make a new change. Whenever you're trying to start this new habit, whether that is working out, whether that's eating healthy, whether that's reading a book, whether that's the work that is tedious that you need to do in your business, whatever it is, the mindset is it can suck, but you can't skip. It can suck. Your effort can suck. The workout can be one push-up. The reading that you do can be one word, not even a paragraph. It can be one word. It can suck so bad, but you cannot skip. Why is this important? Because this is ingraining in you the habit that you will do something over nothing. We know that something over nothing is so important. We know that effort compounds over time. But what happens when you have absolutely zero motivation? You don't have the time. You're tired. You could not be bothered. Your goals all of a sudden don't matter to you anymore. It's like, oh yeah, I wanted to be healthy 15 minutes ago. 15 days ago I wanted to be healthy, but you know what? I want the easy comfort right now. I want to go to bed. I want to eat something that isn't as healthy for me. Whatever it is. When you have this mindset that something over nothing is more important than just falling into the comfort of doing nothing, then I know that my commitment that I made to myself will far outweigh the comfort that I want to have in the moment. And this is something that I lean on right now in my life. I have a goal that I'm reading the scriptures with the goal and vision of how does God see me and how does he want me to build 1% healthier? And I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of books that I want to read. There's a lot of things that I do, how I want to spend my time. And I cannot even imagine being a mom, having multiple businesses, having a lot of different time obligations. And when you get home at night or in the mornings, your time is limited. But guess what? If something matters to you, you'll make the time. And we'll get into that mindset in just a second. But I think to myself, okay, it can suck, but I can't skip. Which means, all right, I'm going to bed. I'm about to kneel down to pray. I'm about to get into my bed. But before I do that, I have my scriptures there on the side. I've got that Book of Mormon. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to read one paragraph. That's it. I'm building the muscle and I'm showing myself that I'm going to do one thing. Even though I want to do 0, I'm going to do something over nothing. And that builds in me an undeniable muscle of consistency and discipline that I know my better self needs. And I know, and I remind myself that this is the version of me that I want to be. And right now, you know what? I can't give 100%. I can't read for 30 minutes the way that I would hope to have read. but I can do something over nothing. This is the mindset that you need to have when you go to the gym or when you are trying to stick to your fitness goals or make it more of a lifestyle for you. Your workout can suck, but you can't skip it. Okay? You can go and you can do 10 minutes. When I was getting started in my fitness journey, I remember I had to wake up extra early to be able to go and get a 60-minute workout in before coming back, getting ready, and going to work and being at the office by 7:30 a.m. And I remember sometimes I would wake up or I would snooze my alarm, and that meant I only had 30 minutes at the gym, and I was like, oh, I only have 30 minutes. Like, what's the point of going? Like, I can't really get the full workout, the full effect in 30 minutes. So is it even worth it? And then I would sit there and go back and forth in my mind. Should I go? Should I not go? Should I go? Should I not go? Time is ticking away. Now you got 20 minutes. Are you going to go or are you not going to go? It can suck, but you can't skip. So go. Or go on a walk. Or you make the promise to yourself that I'm going to go after work. But you got to be forward thinking, will I actually go after work? Do I have obligations? So that is just the number one mindset that you have to have if you genuinely want to be more consistent is you can suck. It can suck. Okay? If I had the goal to do push-ups after every run, I can do 1 push-up, but I can't do 0. I can do 1, but I can't do 0. That is the commitment that you make to yourself if you genuinely want to be more consistent. The second mindset to help you be instantly more consistent is focus on the next steps and not the whole mountain. Why is this one important? Well, let's think about it. All of a sudden you get motivated to have this new workout plan. You have this desire to get rid of this old version of you where you didn't prioritize the things that you know you needed to prioritize. And what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So you decide, okay, I need to change. I'm going to change. And all of a sudden you see that the version of you that you want to be is at the top of the mountain. And then you see how far you have to go and you're like, dang it. That's a lot of work. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look as fun anymore. It looks like a lot harder than I want it to be. It looks like it's so far away. I was really hoping that I would get to my fitness goals in 30 days. I was really hoping that I'd get the business of my dreams in 30 days. I was really hoping that all my dreams would come true tomorrow, I was really hoping that everything would work out for me as soon as I had the desire to change. As soon as I woke up and had the desire to be consistent. But it's not a one-day decision. Your commitment can be as easy as you turning and facing away from who you don't want to be and facing who you do want to be. But now you have to take the steps forward. And so instead of focusing on how far that climb is going to be, about all the things you need to do, about focusing on your 5-year vision, great. Dream big, execute small. That's what you need to think about right now is what is the next right step. If I know that I have a marathon coming up, we're going to use that as an example. I'm not running a marathon anytime soon, but 26.2 miles is a lot of miles. That's a lot farther than I've ever ran in my entire life. So that feels really far away. Or let's say you have a weight loss goal and you're trying to lose 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is. All right, we're going to use that as an example as well. And you're like, wow, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how fast I can do that. I don't know if it's even possible. Am I even capable of climbing this mountain? And all of a sudden, now it's not just the steps, but it's the doubt and it's the fear that I've never been able to do that before, that I've never been able to conquer this fear, that I've never been consistent enough to see if I could even get to the top of the mountain. And all of a sudden, it's not that you can't climb the mountain, it's that you're doubting that you even can. And now another mountain that you have to climb is self-doubt. And that's why when fear is a mile wide, it's only an inch deep. And that's why you have to take the next step and the next step. And you're like, wow, this fear has no business being here. Like, I can climb the mountain because I'm taking one step and one step and one step. And look how far I've come. So when it gets really overwhelming for you, just think about the next steps. Just think about what you got to do. And to give you another business example, I have so many business dreams. And today I was getting really excited because I was thinking about like a dream gym that I'd want to have. And without going into too much detail, like I have so many Pinterest boards about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and like, oh, that's a cool idea, and then the content like this idea and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden like 10 minutes passed and I was like, holy crap, I have no idea what it would take to build that gym. I have no idea. I just know like my heart and soul and my vision is big enough that I can make it happen. So instead of focusing on like the 5-year vision, right, this big, huge goal that I want to achieve, I'm going to focus on the next right steps. What do I need to do right now? Like, in breaking it down, like right now, like that looks like me continuing to be a coach. That looks like me continuing to make content that helps people value fitness. That looks like in the future when I move back to Utah, that looks like hosting events. That look like these small things. And then in order to host an event, all these smaller, dream big, execute small. The same way that you need to be in your fitness journey, the big fitness goal, or this big version of you that you want to be, where you're not this people pleaser anymore. You stand for something, that you want to be hard to kill when the world is collapsing. And when I think about sometimes the reason why I want to train so hard, I think about that. Like, I want the freedom and I want the capacity to just run fast, run far, be able to fight, be able to just stand on my own 2 feet and not take any crap. And like, if the world fell apart today, like, would I be able to stand? Would I be able to stand? Would I be able to fight? Like, I think about that. And I don't really know where I was going with that, but when that's the goal, again, breaking it down to the next steps, I just got to go to the gym today. And I got to go to the gym tomorrow. And I got to go on a run the next day. And that's all I got to do right now. So that's it. That's it. So instead of focusing on the huge plan, while I do believe that you need to dream so big and aim so high and have high standards, execute small. Small, simple, steady steps. That's going to get you to where you want to go. All right, number 3, the third mindset, which I touched on a little bit, is if it matters to you, you will make the time. Period. If it matters to you, you'll make the time. You'll wake up early. You'll go to bed late. You'll do it. And this one requires some real honesty with yourself. Can you be who you wanted to be? Like, actually. Can you do that? And I know that not everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. So I'm not going to tell you, just because I can go on a walk when it's dark outside and I feel safe to do that, you might not. But how in your schedule and in your life can you make going on a walk a priority? Where can you carve out 15 minutes? Where can you carve out 30 minutes? If it matters to you, what will you do? And are you willing to give up your favorite distraction for your top priority? Be honest with yourself. I think about that a lot too. Am I willing to sacrifice on behalf of my goals? Because if you're not, then your goals probably don't mean that much to you. Think about that in terms of faith. If you're not willing to sacrifice something, if you're not willing to inconvenience yourself for something, then it probably doesn't matter to you. And that's just being honest, right? And I know that's probably like, dang it. Like, holding up a mirror for you to just like look in the mirror and be like, okay, what am I not doing that I know I need to do? Where can I rearrange? Where can I reprioritize? Let me tell you something that's not related to fitness. When I was in sales, I was working 12-hour days, and I noticed that my priority was not God. It wasn't fitness. It was work. It wasn't family either. Like, family was way down the totem pole. And I was like, is this the life that I want right now? Like, if I'm being really honest with myself, I'm making work my God. I'm making that everything. And I feel like there are times and seasons where things are going to take priority over others. But like, it really bothered me that I was saying like, oh, I really want to be a committed disciple. And yet I'm not making time for the things that would show God that I'm a committed disciple, right? And so I rearranged. It took one day. One day I would leave early and I would go to the temple. I took one day where I would leave early and read my scriptures. That's just like a spiritual example. Let me give you a fitness example. If every single day you stay up so late and you doom scroll and you know that that's not serving you, it just takes one day to make a difference. Think about, what is that instrument? Is it a pendulum? Is it I don't know the word. It's like the little instrument where there's balls that are hanging by a string, and you pick up one side and then you let go and you let it knock the other side, and then you find a rhythm. It literally just takes one day where you pull back and you let it go, and it'll hit and it'll take a rhythm, and it'll just go and go and go. And eventually, I'm pretty sure it slows down, so you have to keep doing it, but it'll go for a long time. It just takes one of those moments to really change the trajectory and the momentum of everything. And something that really hit me was very recently, I had to be really honest with myself. I was like, wow, if I really wanted to eat healthier, if I really wanted to eat better, what would I do different? I probably wouldn't eat a whole box of Trader Joe's pumpkin mini cones. I probably wouldn't do that. Even though, you guys, if you've had the pumpkin Trader Joe's mini cones, those are the best things in the whole world. But my best self, I don't think would eat all of them in one sitting because it doesn't make me feel that great. And it's not that that's a bad thing, and I'm not making that mean anything about myself, but I'm being neutral about it and being like, okay, if there's something that I need to change, it's going to be that. And how am I going to do that? Well, it's not that I'm going to throw them away. I'm not going to never buy them again, but I'm going to be honest with myself and be like, okay, well, how can I eat these in a way that doesn't make me feel like garbage? Because I like them. I enjoy them. And food can be more than just fuel. And so it's like, okay, well, I noticed I had to take a real good look at my habits. When I'm scrolling and my brain is on autopilot, it's very easy to also eat on autopilot. So if I can disrupt that pattern, put away my phone, all of a sudden I come back to earth. I'm like, oh, I probably don't want all these ice creams. I'm actually good with just 1 or 2 or 3, not 10 or 7, however many are in the box. But that's just an example of oh my gosh, break the cycle just once and show yourself what's really going on, and that will increase the awareness of what's going on and to help you actually change. Because if you're not honest, you will not change. If you're not honest, you will not change. And if it matters to you, you will make the time. And I'm going to ask you that question again. Are you willing to give up your favorite distraction for your highest potential? Are you willing? The fourth mindset that will make you instantly more consistent is to prove yourself right. To prove yourself right, not to prove anybody wrong, but to be in the dream right now. I was listening to a Neville Goddard video the other day, and he's a big manifestation guy. And he was talking about how you need to feel the reality of the result you want so much that it's not a future dream, but it is a past memory. And if you're into manifestation and you like vision boards and you like goals, the goal should not be I'm really striving for this thing. It should be I feel that success has already happened. I feel that I'm already fit and I'm already healthy and I have that energy. What would that feel like right now where I'm remembering it? The goal version of me is so strong. I know what that's like, so much so that it's a memory. I can wake up in that feeling. What would that be like? How would you act? What would you do? That's something that I think about all the time. And another thing, to bring this into a fitness example, just literally today, I'm prepping for HybridCon games. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm very intimidated by this competition. And I thought to myself, I want to be prepared. I want to be at that competition. I want to feel strong. I want to feel capable. I want to feel ready to compete. I want to feel able. And I do not want the first time that I step onto those grounds in West Virginia to be the first time that I push to failure in this exercise, like a squat or a deadlift or a sprint. I want to be prepared right now. And so what did that make me do? That made me push myself a lot harder today instead of like waiting to feel that in the future, like today. Like I'm strong and I'm capable today. Like if I'm in the competition right now, how would I act? What would I do? How would I want to feel? I'm thinking about all of that right now. And that really makes me way, way, way more consistent, because it's not a matter of like, oh, I don't want to do it today. It's like, no, the competition is today. The goal is today. If I need to be prepared for something today or tomorrow, then I'm going to do it today. Like I'm going to do the workouts today. There is no tomorrow. Okay, do you understand me? There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. It is right here, right now. We got to stop waiting for perfect. We got to stop waiting until there's a better time to do this. No, it's right here and it's right now, and it's the effort that you give in this workout, and that really does make me want to push a lot harder in my workouts and make me more consistent, and does make it a lot more fun and enjoyable too, because I'm like, wow, like this is what it's going to be like on competition day. Like, heck yeah, like this is going to be so fun. I mean, it was really hard, but it can be so fun, because that's the energy that I want to have, and that's what I'm envisioning. And so because I spent time in that energy today, when I get there and it's like actually game time, and I know that I'll feel nervous, but that nervousness I can change to view as excitement, and I can be a lot more calm, because I'll remind myself, I've been here before. I've got this. I've been here before. This is not new to me. It might be new to me on the survival day, but I got this, okay? And when I think about that comfort that I want to give myself, and I think about the future me that's gonna need me. The future me needs me. Think about that. The future you that is traveling and putting luggage above their head, they need you right now to go and do that workout, that shoulder workout. Your future kids that are going to require you to carry their bike and them on a walk home, they need you to be working on your heart health and your cardio and your strength all in one, right here, right now. They need you. Your future, they need you. That makes me more consistent. The last mindset that I want to share with you today is that every effort you make to change just might make the biggest difference in your life. Every single effort, every commitment that you make, every one paragraph, every 10 pages, every 5 minutes, every one push-up, every effort that you make, that nobody else made for you, but you make, just might make the biggest difference in your life. And you have no idea. You have no idea the impact of you trying again and trying again and again and again and again. You have no idea that the impact that is going to make on you, on the people around you, in your circle, on the people that follow you. You have no idea how powerful your small actions can be. And that, my friends, keeps me very consistent in the moments where I'm like, what is the freaking point of this? What's the point of posting content? What's the point of going and doing this workout? It's not fun anymore. I'm tired of this. I'm going through the motions, but I do it anyway. Why? Because this workout, this one post, this one message, this one conversation just might make the biggest difference for me. And where I've seen this like genuinely come to life for me is when I go on a walk. And I'm like, it's just a walk, like it's 30 minutes. But what keeps me very consistent is it's not just a walk for me. It's either I'm going to go and just like walk and listen to nothing. And that's the time for me to be creative. It gets my creative juices flowing. It also, I feel like, is like a sacred time, because creativity is a spiritual experience. And so it's either that for me, or it's I'm listening to a podcast. And regardless of if I listen to nothing, or I listen to a podcast, or I listen to music, that is an opportunity for me not only to get physically better, but mentally better, emotionally better. I'm learning something. And so many times I can tell you, if you tell me like a spot, like right over there, I'm walking, I can tell you probably exactly what podcast I was listening to and what I learned. I could probably tell you so many different podcasts that I've listened to walking around a park by my house. When I've gone on runs, I think about different phrases and words that have come to mind that have been ingrained in my memory because I was walking. That probably wouldn't have been ingrained in my mind if I was just sitting here. But because it was an active learning process, I feel like it got stuck with me so much more. And also, sometimes I don't want to listen to a podcast when I'm just sitting doing nothing. I want to listen to it while I'm doing something. And it just becomes so much more real to me and so much more exciting to be consistent, so much more fun to go on a walk, because I'm not just going on a walk, I'm doing something, I'm learning something, I'm getting better. And that keeps me way more consistent. And I am so grateful for that opportunity and for those experiences that have taught me so many things that I wouldn't have learned otherwise, whether it was just because I went on a walk or because I was listening to a podcast when I was on a walk. But those little moments changed the way that I saw the world, changed the way that I saw myself. Those moments genuinely can change everything for you. And you might not think anything of it when you're lacing up your shoes, that you're going to go and have this revelation come to you, this idea, this download 30 minutes into your walk. When you're tying your shoes, you don't know that. But when you get out the door and you start walking and you have this light bulb moment, you're going to be like, I'm so grateful that I'm out here. Thank goodness I got my butt off the couch and I went on a walk today, because I would have never learned that otherwise. That's why. That's why we do it, because we never know. We never know what's going to come of our efforts. And that to me makes it a lot more fun and exciting. So those are the 5 mindsets that I want to share with you that will make you instantly more consistent. Those make me instantly want to get off the couch. 1, because it can suck, but I can't skip. So I'm going to do something over nothing. 2, focus on the next steps and not the whole mountain. 3, if it matters to you, you will make the time. 4, prove yourself right. Be in the dream, be in the moment right now. Bring that dream reality to your moment right now and act like you're them right now. And number 5, every effort that you make to change just might make the biggest difference in your life. You need to understand that. You need to know that. You need to remember the importance and the power of 1. I shared a podcast, a mindset minute, at the very beginning of this podcast. It's called The Power of 1. Go listen to that. It's a story about this guy cleaning up the beach or throwing in starfish. And someone asked him, like, why are you doing that? Like, can't you tell that there's hundreds of starfish on the sea? Like, you cannot possibly make a difference at all. And the person picks up another starfish. He throws it in the ocean and he's like, it made a difference for that one. And that's why we do what we do. Because it makes a difference in the moment. Because it makes a difference for that person. Because it makes a difference for me. It makes a difference for you. You listening to this podcast. This made a difference. Did it not? Do you not feel like, okay, I'm ready to be more consistent? Do you not feel like you're ready to give up your old habits? To stop making the excuses? To stop procrastinating? It is time. There is no tomorrow. There is no perfect plan. You just have to buck up, put on your shoes, and go to work. Every single day. Something small. Just get a little bit better. Just add in one more vegetable. Add in a little bit more protein. Like things like that, you guys. It can be so simple and it can be so easy. And if we were working together, this is what I would tell you. I want you to get very clear about who you want to be. What is that dream? What is that dream life? What is that dream self feel like? How do they live? How do they breathe? How do they interact with people? How do they show up? How do they inspire? Who is that dream? That top of the mountain, if you will. And what is this gap right here? What am I missing? What am I not doing? Where are we missing the mark? And then we're going to start chipping away and just taking the next right step. And it's about changing the identity that you have about yourself. Is not like, oh, I'm down here at the bottom of this mountain and I suck and everything is bad and this is going to take so long, but being like, I am a mountain climber. This is what I do. This is who I am. This is easy. This is simple. I'm climbing. I'm a business owner. This business dream that I have, it's mine. It's mine and I climb the mountain. I just do the work that I know I need to do. I am a fit and healthy person. I compete. I'm an athlete. It's not just this top of the mountain vision. It's who I am. It's what I do. I climb. I do hard things. Not to prove that I do hard things, but to prove that I am the person that does hard things. This is who I am. This is what I do. When you have that mindset and you have that as your starting point, you know who you are, you know the gap. Do you know your next steps? If you don't know your next steps, One of those next steps can be watching my free consistency training that will teach you how to change your identity. That will teach you how to stop giving up on yourself. That will teach you how to genuinely be even more consistent beyond just these mindsets. That can be your first step. Your second step is when you think that it's too simple, and you roll your eyes, I should eat more vegetables, but what else can I do? What else? No, you need to eat more vegetables. Yep, and you're going to start there, and it's going to be that simple. But if you don't know further than that what your next steps are, reach out to me, DM me. We can literally figure this out on a call, what those next steps should be in a discovery call. Because you should be so clear on who you want to be, and your action steps are so clear that it becomes inevitable that you're going to get there. It becomes inevitable that who you are and who you want to be, they're the same person. Because if you want to change, you have to change. If you want to change, you can't just change today. You have to change every day. It has to be those small, simple commitments to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. And if I could give you some last words of encouragement, is that being consistent is being committed. And being committed means, what can you give today? What can you do today? Because again, consistency is not about perfection. It is about being committed to your pursuit of it. And today, that pursuit might look different than yesterday, but no matter what, my heart is committed. My mind is committed. And because my whole soul, my heart, mind, and mind is committed to this goal and this person that I want to be, this person that I want to build, this business that I want to build, whatever it may be, because I'm so committed, I'm going to do something over nothing. And that's where all these mindsets come in. Okay, this is the last thing that I actually want to share with you, is actually a scripture from John 21 from the New Testament. And this story means so much to me and has meant a lot to me for many different reasons and many different seasons, but I think it is perfect for consistency and commitment and loyalty. Loyalty to your better self. Loyalty to the vision that you have and the person that you know you need to become. Because something's got to change, and that's got to be you. The story of John 21 is when Jesus comes to his disciples, but they don't know that it's him. Because all they know is that a couple days ago, he died, but they don't know that he was resurrected. And so, because all they know is that he died, they just decide, we're gonna go back to the way that we normally live our lives. We're gonna go back to the way that we've always done things. For example, verse 3, Peter said to the disciples, I go a-fishing. He's just gonna go back to what he was always did. He was a fisherman. And then Jesus, at the beginning of the story, calls him to be his disciple. And now, after Jesus died, he's like, I'm gonna go a-fishing again. I'm gonna go back to the way that I've always lived my life. And what's interesting is that while they're fishing, somebody on the shore calls out to them, seeing that they haven't caught anything. It's like, hey, cast your net on the right side of the boat. And they're like, yeah, as if that would make a difference. Like 6 feet, like what is that gonna do? Or like if we hadn't thought to try that already. But they do. They cast their net on the right side of the boat. And all of a sudden, their net is filled with an abundance of fishes that they can barely even bring it up, that they can barely even get all the fish. And Peter knows immediately it is the Lord. And what's really interesting about that is then when he comes into shore, Jesus already has fish and food ready to dine with his disciples. And then he asks them, specifically Peter, do you love me more than these? And then he asks him again, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Multiple times he's like, yeah, Lord, I love you. He's like, do you love me? Yeah, I literally just said, I love you. Again, he asks him, do you love me? He's looking for that consistency, that loyalty. Do you love me? Because if you love me, feed my sheep. Do something about it. Like, actually do something about it. And that's what I want to share with you today, is that you're going to be given multiple times to be like, do you love me? Do you want to be different? Do you want to change? And you can be like, yeah, I do. I want to change. I'm trying to change. I'm doing what I need to do. But do you really want to change? Because if you do, you got to do something about it. And when you do want to change, there will be unseen powers here to help you climb the mountains with faith. So the word of encouragement that I want to give you from this story is no matter how many times you feel like you have failed in the past to reach your fitness goals, no matter how many times you feel like you've been striving to get there, but it hasn't worked, it hasn't clicked, you keep running into the same walls, you're like, why do I keep being asked the same questions over and over again? Why do I keep running into these same problems over and over again? Why am I not changing? There's something in there that needs to change. Are you willing to be really honest with yourself? Figure out what you need to do and then chip away at it day by day by day. Because if you are and you're willing to change, then you can. And the fruits of your labors will be many, but not until you're honest, not until you want to change, not until you change how you see yourself, not change how you treat yourself, not change how you feel about yourself. All these things, you got to change. And I know that you can. I know that you can. I've changed myself. I've changed my habits. I'm currently going through the process of changing other habits because I want to get better. And I know that you do too. And I know that your potential is so close to you and you're just like, I want it, I want it, I want it. I want you to know that you can have it if you're willing to be consistent. But you have to be committed. You have to be willing to sacrifice things. You have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to embrace the power of small. You have to do the small things. You can't go around them. You've got to go through it. And I hope that this helped. Remember that if you really want to be consistent, I do have that free consistency training. I'll put the link in the description box below. That will be your next step. If you don't know where to start, that's your next step. You can do it. You can climb mountains. I'm proud of you. And if this podcast helped you, leave a comment. Let me know which one of the mindsets resonates with you the most. And again, please subscribe, follow the podcast on Spotify, download the episodes. That really supports, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.